ourselves. So let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I'm going to go over here and test it out. Today we're looking at blogs. That's exciting. I don't know about you, but that is exciting. It's a new opportunity that I've been working on for about half a year now, and we've really grown it incredibly fast. So I wanted to share the behind the scenes on how that actually happened, and then all the things that I've learned along the way to really help you accelerate your own blog. So you may have thought about blogging for the longest time, but you just haven't taken action, and that's okay. That's where I was at for the longest time. But now that I'm seeing it in motion, now that I am seeing people reaching out to me, now that I'm seeing actual comments on, hey, I dig your blog. I came from your blog. I saw you. I was looking for information and I found you. So it's starting to really grow. Now, notice that I mentioned it was 6 months in. So this is not a now strategy. This is a strategy that has mid to long-term implications. So similar to YouTube, don't expect somebody to reach out to you that exact moment, that exact day that you post a blog. But with the understanding that as you continue growing your blog, it's going to exponentially grow. So let's talk about the benefits of the blog. And as you're coming in, let me know in the comment section if you can hear me okay, and also where you're listening from. That's going to help out a ton. And of course, a like is going to go a long way. We're going to jump right into it. I'm going to give you, in our time together, I'm going to give you the behind the scenes of how we actually operate our blog so you can take the exact system, and I'm going to have the template down below as well, so there's really no guessing on your part. This way you have as much advantage as possible without having to go and purchase a course, without having to pay somebody that says they know what they're doing, just to give you some raw fluff and puff information that isn't going to help you in your business. So you're going to see the exact things that we're using right now to grow the blog. But first, let's understand the blog, what it is. Well, a blog is information that you place on your website. And I'll go ahead and address the question right here and right now. Use a WordPress website. Yeah, after doing so much research, after speaking with bloggers that are getting millions of hits, it's WordPress. Don't overthink it. Don't start thinking about landing pages or squeeze pages or the kind of like done for you websites or things of that nature. Just go with WordPress. If you're gonna do a sustainable blog, WordPress is where you want to be. Now, sure, there's some other elements there's some other software providers that will rank, that do work, but WordPress is the most universally adapted. If you're going to hire somebody to help you with your business, with your blogging, WordPress is what they're going to know. If you go into a niche market, if you go into a niche software, chances are you're going to be limiting yourself. And also, WordPress is just so adopted in terms of reaching other people. But I digress. I just want to make sure that we understand where this back to the basics. Whenever you are blogging, you are placing information onto your website that is of value to people. The big benefit to blogs is that it's a passive way of marketing. So this is going to be a marketing piece that you continue to build upon. So once you write your blog, once you write your article, and we'll go to find some content to write about. Once you put that onto the website, you're done and on to the next one. Very similar to YouTube. Whenever you finish a video, you're done with that. On to the next one. That's the same thing here with blogs, except here it's in the written form. So what you're playing for when it comes to your blog is being found when somebody searches on Google, when somebody searches on Yahoo, which very few amount of people do that, but people still use Yahoo. People are using DuckDuckGo. What you're looking for is traffic from people that are looking to buy houses, looking to sell houses, looking to whatever industry you're in. It's going to work. It's just going to take some time. So again, as a quick case study for you, I started my blog in January of 2021. So this has been 6 months worth of effort that now is really weekly call outs or weekly reach outs from people that want to work with me in some way, shape, and form. So it's just been a learning process. I don't know everything, but I do know enough to gotten to this point already. So I want to share with you the strategies that we use so you could, implement these right away. I'm self-taught. So there's some videos that I watch that I received. But at the end of the day, there's really no technical training that I received from anywhere. So this is as, I guess, um as I wouldn't even say natural. This is really basically what I'm trying to illustrate here is that you too can do this. It's not anything that I have a special skill set for. Something I just, with a little bit of persistence and a little bit of time under my belt, we've gotten to this point. So I want to share with you the exact system that we've been using. And I say we because you'll see kind of what that looks like for our blog. So again, I want to give you the behind the scenes and how we operate our workflow. So what you're looking at right now is Trello, which is our project management tool. So this is the exact replica of our actual board that we use, me and my team, to get all the blogs out. So given that there's a lot of information, passwords, a lot of sensitive information going back and forth between my team and I thought, well, let me just copy the board that we're using, the exact board, except remove the cards. That way I don't have to do any blurring or anything else, because if I did the other actual board that we're using, there'd be more blur than actual words. So this way you just got a good sense of what we're actually using. And when I say we, I do have a team. So I have a team of virtual assistants, and I do have a team, well, I have one article writer, I have one blogger that helps and writes all of the blogs. And I'll share kind of how to do it with a team and ultimately by yourself. So starting from left to right, and this board, by the way, I'll make sure that I link it down below so you can just have it as a, if you want to just integrate it right into your Trello account. If you don't have a Trello account, you can replicate it on whatever you use, whether you use Monday.com, whether you use Asana, whether you use Basecamp, whatever project management tool you use, or if you're still doing paper, that's fine as well. This is what's really helped us in really helping us, get to that next level, because for what we're doing right now is we're doing 2 blogs per week. Now we've gotten significantly ahead, so we're about 75 blogs in altogether. So this has really helped us accelerate our growth. So again, we're talking about blogging, we're talking about your real estate blog, and really any industry that you're trying to launch your blog with. So this is the exact technical, this is the exact step-by-step in how to get it done. The only thing that we're gonna miss is uploading it to WordPress, be taken care of, so I don't have to do it. All right, so number one, from left to right, this is the workflow that we go. So blog brainstorming. So anytime I have an idea, anytime I have something that I think would be a good blog, I just write it down. So let's just say I was gonna write about Zillow becoming, no, let's not do Zillow, let's do Open Door. Open Door versus traditional selling. Let's just say I wanted to make a blog comparing what Open Door offers. Just as a quick little side note, Open Door, their business model is purchasing properties and then selling them to the public. So it's almost like a national investor, if you will. They'll purchase properties at a slight discount and then sell them out to the general public. So there's a lot of people that go with Open Door, and there's big debate on if you actually net more with Open Door, which from all accounts you don't. So that's something that you could write about. Again, we're in the brainstorming phase. So if I had that idea of comparing what Open Door offers for homeowners versus the traditional selling with a real estate agent, that's an interesting topic, because people that have a asset of $400,000, $800,000 worth of home, or the value of their home, they want to know that. They want to know, hey, if I sell to Open Door, am I losing money? Or should I just sell traditionally? So that's a very important conversation that people want to research. So this is what I'll show you what the inside of the cards look like. But right now, for our purposes, is knowing that with the blog brainstorming, you're just coming up with ideas. That's what's happening there. Now, let's just say we had more and more ideas for the sake of our purpose to our time together. I'm not going to go through the rest of them, but when we move it over here to keyword research, we start looking for keywords that have less competition and have a good amount of search volume. So this is where we would use tools like Ahrefs. So Ahrefs. So let me just type that out, because that's We'd use tools like that. We would use Uber Suggest. We would use tools like Keywords Everywhere. And there's others. I don't want you to get bogged down on the actual resources. There's so many out there that claim that will give you the answer to all of the blogging questions, if you will. But using a combination of common sense and a combination of metrics is going to help you identify which blogs are worth writing, because something like this, we know that it provides value because Open Door continues to grow. And we know that a lot of homeowners have that question of, do I need to sell to Open Door to get the most money, or selling via the traditional way? Does that make sense? The reason that we use keywords like these or tools like these to help us find keywords is the difference between how many people are searching for the word home versus house. So as an example, should I sell my house to Open Door? Should we title it like that, or should we title it, should I sell my home to Open Door? So understanding those nuances and understanding where the traffic is at is going to help us out tremendously. And then getting a little cross-pollination of where the competition is at. So that's a little bit about the keyword research, understanding which keywords you're going to go after. So with our blog, what we do is I brainstorm, continue coming up with ideas. Then I go over to keyword research and identify keywords that I want to go after. Let's just say Open Door, that's obvious. Selling house to Open Door, selling home to Open Door. Actually, I think it's one word. And I would look at the differences. Are people typing in that, or are they keeping it one word? So I would start identifying some keywords that I for sure want to make sure that I include in my writing. So this is starting to stack together. So I hope you're seeing it come together very, very nicely. So keyword research, where I'm not going to go over and write a blog just out of the blue. I could, but it's not the best use of my time because I don't know if there's traffic for it. I don't know if my perception of a good idea or common sense is what's actually happening out in the marketplace. So let me know if this is making sense. So again, we're talking about blogging. We're talking about getting our real estate blog off the ground. Now, keyword research also, if you're looking for some ideas, this is kind of from brainstorming and keyword research. If you're looking for some ideas, go over to Zillow.com, go over to Trulia.com, go over to Realtor.com and brainstorm ideas through there. See what they're writing about. Are they writing about the interest? Are they writing about the a potential market crash? What are they writing about? So going over to their blogs and their writings and seeing what their professional staff of people that get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to write this stuff, what are they writing about? Because they have some tools that we won't have access to. They have a lot of data that is specific to Zillow as an example, so they know what people are searching for, and in turn, you get the benefit of their salaried employees, you get the benefit of their brain. But now as you look and see, hey, they're writing all about interest rates, and it seems to be their top blog. So they wrote about interest rates, and a lot of people are watching or reading what they're saying. Well, I'm going to write a blog about that. So do you see kind of how it's starting to add up? So you're looking at the brainstorming, and then you're looking over here. That's you brainstorming, doing some research. But now, once you get ready to go, you're going to go blogs ready for writing. So when they're ready for writing, oh, I need to go in here and press save. Once they're ready for writing, as an example, this is kind of where you differentiate if you have a team or if you're going to do the writing yourself. At this point, I have somebody writing my blogs. I have somebody writing my articles. And if you'd like their contact information, feel free to send me an email at admin@JaimeResendiz.com. I'm not going to share her information out here publicly, but she's a phenomenal writer. So if you want to work with her, I'll just send you her contact information. Just email me here, and then y'all can work something out if you would like. So, but she's great. So for me, whenever I move this card over here, so again, this is a blog that's moving through the workflow, blogs ready for writing, by the time it lands here, I already know what keywords I want. And if it's a straightforward topic, which this isn't, but if it's a straightforward topic, then I just allow my writer to just go creative with it. Whatever she wants to write about, if it's general enough, at this point, she has a really good understanding about real estate, a really good understanding about real estate agents and anything within the industry. So she gets the most out of every single topic. So really, I mean, I'm super fortunate to work with her. When it comes to topics that have some nuances, as this is, then I do kind of have to lead the witness. I do need to provide a structure. So I would talk about open door history as an example. I want to talk a little bit about open door history, and then a little bit about traditional selling history. And these are all topics or paragraphs that I would like for her to cover, and then put open door pros, and then ask to do open door cons. Now, if there's enough information out there for her to research where the pros are coming from, so what the benefits of open door are, then I don't really touch it. But if it's such a nuanced thing that only a real estate agent that's been in the trenches understands, or a real estate educator like myself understands, then I do want to make sure I include this. So I would put something like convenience. I would put something else like time, whatever the case may be. Over here, cons to selling to open door is less money, and just making the structure available to her, so she doesn't necessarily have to think on, well, where does Jaime want this blog to land? How does he want it to read? This is what I'm structuring. So let me know if you have any questions up until now. So again, we're talking about blogs, and I'm sharing with you the behind the scenes on how to actually launch your blog. A lot of you have thought about doing it, but don't necessarily know where to start. So I'm giving you the behind the scenes on how we actually produce 2 blogs every single week. All right, so I'm going to save this for now. And at this point, by the time they land here, I will have done already the framing of the blog. So again, this is me working with the team. If I didn't have a team, then I would just go ahead and write the blog. But given that I do, this is this little list right here, blogs ready for writing. I move the cards as they're ready for writing, as I've done the keyword research, I've done the framing of what I want them to look like, and what she needs to write about, my writer. Then I'm gonna place them here on ready to be written. As she starts working on an article, just so I know, she's gonna move it over here to blog being written. That way I have an understanding of, hey, I would love for X, Y, and Z topic to be written about. I wonder where it's at in the process. Well, this is letting me know that she's currently working on it. So that way, there's no misunderstandings. It really helps out. It just keeps her organized, keeps me organized. So it's been working fantastic. And this is something that you could, if you wanted to, if you're a solopreneur, if you're working on the blog yourself, if you were the one writing it, then this is a step that you could probably avoid. You wouldn't need it. So again, I'm going to include the template down below, so make sure to click on that. Once the blog is written, it's going to be moved over for ready for review. This is where I will usually, what ends up happening is I'm going to have probably like 10 to review at once, because I'm bad about reviewing, but I eventually get around to reviewing them. So once she's through with the writing, she's going to move them over here to say, hey, Jaime, come over here and edit these. All of the blogs are written on Google Docs. So it's just Google Docs. You can edit very easy. You can make suggestions very easy. So whenever whenever a blog is written and she needs the approval of it, it's gonna land here on ready for review. I open up the Google Doc. I make some suggestions, and I allow her to accept the suggestions or reject the suggestions, because she's the one that's really good at technical writing. She's the one that is going to understand, does this make sense? So the suggestions that I make are not in the technical component. They are designed to correct the context, if you will. Because again, She's not going to know everything about real estate because she's not in real estate. I am. So I'm going to be the one that knows the nuances. So if there's something that was missed, then I can correct it there. So I'll just do a slight correction that is a concept of what I'm trying to communicate. Then she's going to rewrite it in her words and then accept the change that I've made. Once I have made all my suggestions on all the blogs, I'm going to move it over here for revision requested. There's going to be some times where I don't even go to revision requested because it was perfect. Many times it happens that way, but there are some times where there's something that needed to be edited. So again, I make suggestions from the Google Doc. So it's all carried through here. She'll attach it she'll put the URL right here, and I'll just click on it and then I'll start reading it. And then once all that is done, then I just go over here to revision requested so she can pick it up and accept the suggestions or ignore the suggestions if she doesn't agree with them. She has the final say on that. But once she's gone through and done the revisions, then they're ready for upload. Now here it depends on who does your uploading. You might want to do the uploading now. Once the revisions are accepted, you might be doing the uploading. So you might be uploading it to WordPress. You might have your IT person or your web person or whoever does your web design, have them upload it and optimize it there. We'll talk a little bit about what that means here in 2 seconds. Or you may have the actual writer upload it themselves. So it really depends on your workflow. I break it up just so you kind of see what it looks like. And this is the exact same template that we use. But when it's ready for upload, this is actually her uploading it for me. So there is just a phenomenal thing where once she accepts everything, we move it over ready for upload, and then the member of the team website. Once it's been uploaded, then it moves over here to upload it. It's been completed. So once it's already been uploaded to WordPress, just to make sure that we don't have too many here at once, and we know that how many more are needed to be uploaded and optimized, then we hit over to uploaded, where once it hits here, it goes into another system where we start distributing and marketing the blog. That's going to be another video that can take an hour alone. So once it hits here, then it's actually going to go over to another board that you're not seeing right here, but it's going to go to another board where we start the distribution and marketing the blog, whether it's post on Instagram, whether it's post on Facebook, whether it's whatever. It goes out to a different VA team that goes out and distributes it all together. Now, what I was saying here, once you upload it to WordPress, there is some optimization that you need to do. You need to include. So once you upload images that make sense to the topic that you're covering, make sure that you label those images. Once you upload something that needs some additional clarifications, like a source link, so whenever you're talking about a particular topic that back it up with data, then that's when you're doing those backlinks. You're hyperlinking to something that where you got the information, where you got the source from. So this is going to help you from an SEO perspective, but it's also going to help you out from a I was going to say a validity at a perspective, but essentially if you're going out and making all these wild claims and don't have a source to back it up, then it's going to be hard to, as an authoritative website, because you're not saying where you got this resource from. So anyway, that is the entire thing of how we do the blogging. The only thing that we missed, I suppose, was uploading it to WordPress. That at this point is beyond my pay grade, because I actually don't do that anymore, thankfully. But everyone's going to have a different blog. There's going to be some that are doing WordPress. Some of you are on Wix. Some of you happen to be WordPress just for my money. And for everything that I've heard and actually experienced, WordPress is really where you want to be. But at the end of the day, it is your decision to make. Outside of that, if you have any questions about blogging, any questions on how to get the topics, how to get content, how to find the perfect people to work with, feel free to reach out to me. Again, if you'd like the information of my writer, If you like the writing that you see on my blog at jaimeresendiz.com/blog, then feel free to reach out to me. My email there, or my email to my team, is admin@jaimeresendiz.com. So admin@jaimeresendiz.com, and I'll gladly send you all the resources that I have on blogging. Thanks. Bye.